Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this video. Time to dive into the book.
Hello, this is Jessica with On a Stack of Books, and today's video is my weekly wrap-up. So I have been doing some good reading this week, and I have kept going with the short stories. So I sort of got a jump on August's short story summer, and I read 2 short stories out of this book by Kate Chopin, and the 2 in the back that I read are, let's see, Beyond the Bayou, and then Ma'am Pelagie. They're French. And both of them, they're set in Louisiana, so you get that Cajun French names, and little terminology or little sayings. And I was getting up, the first one was good. I liked the first one. And then the second one, it started to not run together, but a little bit confusing just because of the names. And, so I would look up some of the, the little sayings and, Sessur, little sister, La Petite Sessur. But I read those 2, and then I was like, I looked through the rest of them, and they all have that same Louisiana setting, it seems like. So I decided to jump over to 100 Dastardly Little Detective Stories. And I read the first one, which was called According to Plan. And it's only really like 2 pages, but it really packed a punch, and really great little bite-size, one sitting. I'm really enjoying these right now. So the short stories are working for me. I'm liking it. Find them fun and interesting. So I will keep going with that. But then I did grab a historical romance because I enjoy these. This one, Born to be Wilde, it's the Wilde family. And he doesn't really look like it, but he is Anglo-Indian. And this is set in the early 1700s, and it's interesting because in the back it talks about how the English culture was far more hybrid and far less clearly defined ethnic, national, and religious borders than we have all been conditioned to expect. So we have our main character who is Parth. That's his first name, and he is adopted into this Wilde family. So his last name is Sterling, Parth Sterling, but he is in the Wilde family, and he's friends with he's not friends with, one of his brothers is marrying this one girl, and her cousin is the other main character, and she falls in love with Parth. But she has found out that her mother is addicted to laudanum. And back in the 1700s, this was easily accessible to anyone. It was basically over the counter, sort of a cure-all. And I had to look it up, but it is an alcohol-based tincture of opium, and highly addictive, and just not regulated at all. And so her mother becomes extremely addicted and ends up stealing and blowing all of their money, very specifically her dowry, which is important back then. And so she's very embarrassed, and she's trying to figure out what she's going to do. And of course, her first thought is that she has to marry someone very rich to fix her mother's mistakes. And while her cousin is getting married, she does offer to put together her trousseau and basically handpick everything, but she takes it a step further because she's very interested in fabric and sewing, and she's sort of a seamstress herself. And so she ends up working with this one local, I think they call it, I forget the term. It's a matiste or modest, I forget. But, modist, I'll put it up, MODISTES. So you can buy fabric, you can buy dresses. They will sew them for you, custom make them for you. And he offers her a commission if she gets the entire family to buy all of their gowns from him, because he gets his fabric and lace from Holland, or specifically his lace from Holland, and most of the upper echelon, they're shopping in London. So she does this and realizes that she could earn money to pay back and, sort of correct her mother's mistakes and replace or replenish her dowry, but then also pay back the people, the family and friends that she has stolen from. So it was just it's a historical, romance. Of course, they fall in love, but all those little details I found really fascinating. And when you can kind of link it back to what was actually happening, it was cool. So that was fun. And then I have been continuing on with Audio Miles and We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter. I'm about 30% complete and I am going walking tomorrow. So I'll get some more listening in. And I really like it. It's really good. A lot is happening, a lot of characters, but it's not confusing. I definitely would love to keep listening to this, but trying to be good and just listen to it while I'm walking. So because of that, there's other times where I just want to be listening to a book. So I did start listening to Rebecca, and this is one of my 50 before 50. And honestly, I picked this book up. I have the physical copy. I picked it up a while ago. And I think it was like the first chapter I read. And it was a little dry in the beginning, or it was a little wasn't grabbing me. And so I thought it would be a good audiobook. And I'm glad that I'm listening to it because there's a lot of for me right now, it's a good audiobook. So I've already gotten 16% complete. So I've been able to listen to it for a while and it's starting to get really good. It's very interesting. So I am enjoying that. So I feel like I've gotten some good reading in this week. And kind of getting back to my normal self. But then also for our booktuber bingo, and I don't have fancy, I will put up a pretty clean bingo card, but I like to write on mine and keep track as I'm watching and scribble all over it. So I have 3 that I can mark off. And one of them is my friend, Ellen at, the Ellen Made Book Club. And she was doing a video just recently and knocked over a stack of books. And I was like, oh, so I got that. And then a new booktuber that I just saw her channel at Jenny Jables. She is doing the booktuber quest and she pointed out 2 things. And so I thank you for that, Jenny. It was her cat was sleeping behind her and snoring. And then she had a statue that was on the bookshelf next to her. So, you would think those 2 things I would see all the time, but I really haven't. There used to be a girl that I watched, and what was her name? And her dogs snored all the time. And I just haven't seen her post anything in a very long time. And I want to say Brandy, what is Brandy's books? She used to, whenever she would post, her dogs would be snoring. I mean, you couldn't miss it. They were so loud. But she hasn't posted anything in about 10 months. I just looked. So hopefully you are doing well, Brandy. But yeah, so I got 3 marked off on my bingo card. I do not have a bingo, although if I were to get one that mentions your favorite author, I would get one whole row. But yeah, so I am slowly but surely, marking them off as I see them. And, so it's fun to see who else is participating in the booktuber quest. But yeah, so I think that is all we've got short story summer, my 50 before 50, booktuber bingo or booktuber quest, and then audio miles. So, it's been pretty good. It's been a good reading week. So thank you for watching. And until next time, I'll be reading.